Hi, my name is Mark Gerber. I'm going to take you through the manufacturing of our trailers. This first slide here shows you the factory in Peru, Indiana. This is a chassis getting ready to enter the production line. This is a 12-volt slide room actuator. It operates on a 12-volt motor, and that's what drives your slide-out room to go in and out. We use I-beam main rails, and this grounding strip will be attached to the box of the chassis to provide electrical continuity. Each wheel has its own brakes, so there's 4 brakes, and we use 2 5,200-pound axles. Our chassis incorporate engineered cross members, cambered wells which bow the chassis frame up slightly, so when you put the box on the chassis you have upward pressure to prevent from trailer sag. This is your black water tank for your toilet water, and this is your gray water tank for your shower and sink water. These tanks are held up by metal brackets, and we bolt our metal brackets not just using screws to provide additional security for the main rails. Our entry steps are welded to the chassis and then bolted to the floor, and these steps have adjustability should you want the first step to be lower. Our LP lines are manufactured LP lines just like on a gas grill, and these are much better than black pipe, which can rust underneath your chassis like most used trailers will have a black pipe LP system. Our freshwater tanks are located underneath the floor, and this frees up additional storage inside of the trailer. This is a grounding lug for the electrical system, to ground the electrical system. And our stabilizing jacks are welded to the frame, not bolted to the frame. Inside of the factory, we utilize panel saws, not table saws. The panel saw will give you straight cuts on longer wood panels specifically. On our main floor, we use one board of 24 feet for the first board, and this 24-foot board saves you from having 4 seams versus a 4x8 sheet floor, and then the small area is pieced for the length to finish the length of the trailer. On the underside of the floor, you will see that the plumbing lines are located inside of the insulated floor. The red is the hot, the white is the cold. We have an in-floor ducted heat system that we manufacture at the factory here. This heat duct system has enough volume capacity to take all of the air from the furnace into the main floor duct and distribute it throughout the trailer. Most manufacturers' in-floor heat system will not accept all of the air from the furnace, and they have to take a separate run out of the furnace. And we use 2x3 floor joists in length of the chassis. The floor is then mounted to the chassis, and we use full linoleum from front to rear, even underneath the cabinets and underneath the carpet. All of our framing is done in jigs so that every unit is exactly the same. We use face framing tables. A face frame table will apply pressure to your wood so that when it's all screwed together, everything's nice and flush. Cabinets are framed up in jigs just as the walls are. And then when the cabinets are prepared, they're staged to go onto the chassis, onto the floor. All of our face frames are screwed, drilled and screwed face frames, and this applies additional support for heavier loads. Trailers are built from the inside out, so all your cabinets are then set on the floor and screwed down to the floor. In the top left corner of this slide, you can see the blocking for the TV. Our trailers are designed for LCD TVs, so having blocking of that size means you can place the mounting bracket wherever you want in that area and have plenty of support. This slide here will show you the plumbing lines running inside of the coach, as well as the furnace being installed, the insulated refrigerator compartment. This is a backfill plumbing test. That silver tank in the background is full of water. And what we do is we pump that into the drains, let it set, and check for any leaks prior to the walls going on. And that will ensure that you will not have leaks in your drain system. This is a sidewall being framed up. The walls are then set on the floor, bolted through the floor to the chassis, and then it's all screwed together. Here are your jigs for your ceiling. Those are your rafters upside down, getting ready for the installation of the vinyl ceiling panel. And here's a completed ceiling ready to be slid up on top of a trailer. Here's a ceiling where you see the route outs and the cutouts for the vents. Once the unit is all boxed up, now it's time to start running the electrical. All of the wires go through the 2x2s inside of the wall. Our wires are color coded, so should there be a problem down the road, it's easy to identify which wire goes to which electrical item. The roof is insulated. We use a 3/8" wood decking, which makes it a walk-on roof. It is stapled down and screwed down as well. Then the metal goes on the trailer. It starts from the top and goes down. The metal it interlocks and then is stapled at the studs. Insulation is then added, and metal continues to be added all the way down to the bottom of the trailer. We use full sheets of metal and then cut out for the openings, so you have no splicing of the metal on the trailer. Here's a slide of the trailer with the windows routed out, the doors routed out, ready for molding and window installation. All of our slide rooms use a marine grade flooring, so if there were to get moisture into the slide room floor, it will not damage the floor. Here's a slide room boxed up, just like the trailer was boxed up, ready for insulation and metaling. And then once it is metaled, then the furniture bases and the carpet goes inside of the slide out room. Decals go on the trailer at this point. The slide room is positioned and hoisted up inside of the opening. It's lifted up with a crane, put into place, and then adjusted for proper operation. The roof is then cleaned off and prepared for installation of the rubber. And we put down the adhesive for the rubber. And then the roof is laid out and then molded around the sides. This is a waterline air test. As we apply pressure inside of the line and wait to see if there's any movement in the air pressure. If the air pressure goes down, there is a leak in the system. If it does not go down, the system is intact. This is the final finish area. Furniture will be installed, draperies will be hung, and we'll start to to do a final cleanup of the trailer. This is a gas line test. This is showing some of the final interior work on the trailer. This is an electrical test, checking all the 12 volt and 110 volt electricals. The trailer is then placed outside if it's a nice day, so we use natural light to inspect the trailer for cosmetic issues. And then the trailer is pulled out and ready to ship to the dealer. Thank you for watching our brief presentation on how our trailers are made.